Got the interesting question about Paul McCartney of the Beatles. What was his peak and prime? Was it with the Beatles or was it solo? Now, he obviously hit with Wings in the 70s, had some big hits with his wife, Linda McCartney. Um, Silly Love Song coming up. He had some hits that I like. It's interesting when people ask because he had some hits all the way to the 80s. I mean, obviously, Ebony and Ivory, and of course, Say. Ebony and Ivory with Steve Wonder, Say with Michael Jackson. He had some moments. In regards to Broadway, he had some songs I like. But asking me his peak and his prime, it's not like, I don't think, as much as I like his bass playing, his musicality, I don't think he did anything that distinctive aside from the Beatles. I think the Beatles stuff was his peak and his prime. Um, I think as a co-writer and so many of those songs that were written, it's hard to pick anything else. I mean, like if I the day I listen to Blackbird, Blackbird, or listen to uh, Long and Winding Road yesterday. You always knew the songs he had his biggest hand in because they were more love ballads or more mellow. So he was a very distinctive talent. I mean, his bass playing is very distinctive, keyboard player, but mainly for the bass and his vocals. But it's hard to think that for me, when I think about his peak and his prime, to say anything but the Beatles because that's where he cut his chops. That's where his best stuff was as a writer. You can debate musically solo, with his offshoots with Wings and everything like that. Having a Wonderful Christmas song. He had hits. He had hits solo. But when I take that work in what he did solo compared to his Beatles era, it just doesn't quite hit the same. It's good, but it don't hit like those songs did. Yeah, and I think that him working with John Lennon and George Martin and all that time, and George Harrison and also Ringo, working in that setting challenged him. I just think that he was more challenged. I'm not saying he wasn't, but when he was doing his solo work, he was more of a one man band because he played multiple instruments and he was a songwriter and he did all that. And I think that kind of showcased that what he didn't have because it was something that I just liked better when he was with the Beatles. Um, I don't think none of them. I mean, I could do the rest of them. I don't think none of them really shined as half as much as they did in the Beatles. The